Leo.
Hey, okay. So let me just check this out
What?
real quick. Yeah, I have my OBS up. That's why I just need to test things
Mhm.
out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. There we go. That looks perfect. Okay. Sorry. I was in the
nice.
midst of doing some stuff. I've been quite busy myself making this layout.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Um. By the way,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, nice.
no. Look at your message.
Wait, what? Oh,
Thank you so much. Here's your pay.
oh, oh,
If
thank you.
if you're wondering, that is $200 total worth of Nintendo eShop cards.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I made the promise, and honestly, I couldn't have done this whole thing without you. As I said,
Yeah,
thank you so
I'm
much.
hap yeah, happy to help.
Anyway, yeah, that's it
Yeah.
for the video. Bye. To think that is only just part of the massive charity that certain Jimmy has given over the past 4 years. No wonder he's the main topic for today's podcast. Welcome back to the Bejeweled podcast, where for 2 hours I just torture my hand and we just talk about everything gaming or maybe something else. I'm Joel, I'm LeapNF121, and I still can't believe that another person's hit 100 mil.
And I'm Jiozak, and I am very motivated this morning. I just did a 2-mile jog, which for people who don't know, 3.22 kilometers.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with episode 13. Man, we've got to 13 episodes. Crazy. Off the Bejeweled podcast. Again, the concept. I play Bejeweled for 2 hours and we just talk gaming. As simple as that. But today is a very special episode, as you might have noticed. Today marks the same week in which Jimmy, aka MrBeast, has hit 100 million subscribers. I repeat,
Yeah.
100 million subscribers on YouTube. Only just the second solo channel, I think, who has hit 100 million subscribers, and one of only 5 channels that has done that.
Right. I mean, MrBeast's channel is made up of a whole, team of people, but I would consider him still to be more of a solo creator, because it's not, a channel like, what is it, T-Series?
Nah,
Um,
that was like a group
Yeah.
of like artists, if you think about it.
yeah.
So yes, today's topic is mostly just MrBeast, discussing MrBeast videos this month in Nintendo, because a lot of stuff has been released. Hashtag Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and of course, anything under the sun that we can think of out of our puny old brains, apparently.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct, Night Matrix.
If you guys are hyped for another Bejeweled podcast, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new. Follow Jiozak on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube, and ring that bell to get the fun and download on this channel. Last podcast on the card up here. Yeah. Help us get 200 mil. If that would help.
Yeah. I was like, okay, where exactly do you have my social stuff positioned? And it's like kind of above where my TV is.
Anyways, you want to get it started?
Yes, let's.
Let's go. So, MrBeast, 100 man. It still feels surreal to say that now.
Yeah. I only started watching him coming up on 3 years now. It was like late 2019 that I actually started watching him.
For me, it was only just this year. The way I found it was just like random videos, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just have a look. And honestly, he takes video content to the extreme, but in a very smart way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's mentioned once or twice before that one way that he comes up with some of his video ideas is that he envisions what the title and the thumbnail is and bases the video just on that. So yeah, that's I guess one way that he's had all the
Success.
crazy ideas.
Oh yeah,
he is the
that
definition
too.
of insanity.
Definition of insanity, indeed. I mean,
I buried myself alive for 50 hours.
hey, this is MrBeast. I'm gonna be counting to 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And in so many others, he recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah, and Squid Game.
Insane. Like, you just think of all the crazy stuff he has done over the years. It's just incredible and understandable how he has managed to hit 100 million subscribers.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you say that he was actually, is he faster than PewDiePie or is he slower than PewDiePie? Nothing about it.
Let's see. I know for years he was chipping away at YouTube, not really getting anywhere until
2018, right?
Yeah.
He did mention like about 4 years he had his YouTube channel, didn't really do much, and then at one point in his life he was just like, you know what, I have to do something about it. Like I want to make this like actual thing that I want to do.
Yeah. At one point, he was basically. I guess it sounds a little severe, but just in a sense of like him having a YouTube career, it was kind of a do or die. Where he was out of high school, he was in college, but he wasn't actually going to any classes. He was just like out in the parking lot working on videos just on his laptop. And come the end of the semester, he basically broke the news to his mom that it's like, yeah, I haven't been going to college, but like I made like $10,000 in these past couple months. And his mom had to do a double take. It's like, what? What? And that rest was history, basically.
Indeed. I'm actually gonna, I think I know where you got that information. I assume you saw the documentary.
It was either that or Jimmy did an interview with Colin and Samir. They're two they do a lot of content revolved around making online content. So they have a lot of other people that make stuff like videos or streams or whatever. They do a lot of I guess long interviews that are podcasts. And they did an episode with Jimmy in his warehouse, when I think his newest warehouse, when they were still moving in. So like the background, if you watch it on video, it's just they're at this little like dining room table in this massive warehouse.
That's quite crazy, yeah. Well, I was wondering, I dropped the link to the documentary that I was talking about. One of the information that really struck me when I saw that is the fact that he mentioned how he suffers from Crohn's disease, and that's no, that is a big deal, let's just say.
Yes.
And we're also wondering, Crohn's disease is the infection of where I think the gut is inflamed all over, I believe, something like that.
I'm Googling just to double check.
Yeah.
Crohn's disease is a type of inflammatory bowel disease that may affect any segment of the gastrointestinal tract. Symptoms often include abdominal pain, diarrhea, which may be bloody if inflammation is severe, fever, abdominal Yeah. Distension and weight loss.
Well, because I know a word that he can't pronounce.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, yeah, that's no joke. Like, in one of his latest videos, he decided to try and not eat for 30 days just to try and reduce the inflammation inside his gut. Like, A, that's commitment, and whilst B, he did not manage to go through the full 30 days, the fact that he was able to do it and last for, I think, well, redacted days, I won't spoil it just for you guys if you haven't seen the video, it's insane. And, oh, I know, I can't spoil it. I can't spoil the reason why he gave up. I can't spoil the reason, actually. It's quite funny.
Well, you did say that he gave up.
Well, no, but I won't spoil the reason why he gave up. It's quite funny why he gave up.
Right. It's like, oh, yeah.
Redacted.
Yeah. I can't really say anything.
Seriously, if you haven't
about
seen the
it,
video,
but-
I recommend you watch it. It's actually quite crazy how committed he was.
Yeah.
But of course,
Yeah. Right. Right. Like, I think just about daily, like, well, every single day, he was getting checked by a doctor, just making sure that he, isn't, like, actually dying,
yeah,
and also making sure that he wasn't actually eating, because I forget what hormones it is that the body produces when it's digesting food, I'm pretty sure, but they would have been able to detect that if he would have eaten something, but he didn't.
yeah.
So he did it legitimately until he
Yeah,
I
we'll
can't
let
even
you
say.
figure. We'll let you find out the reason on yourselves. It's an incredible video, all the more though.
Yes. Yes.
Now, on to what I would say is a definite thing about being a YouTuber, being an influence. Like, over the I think 2022 was a big year in terms of people replicating MrBeast's business videos. Not saying a complete repetition, but more so their videos were more inspired by how MrBeast delivers his videos. I think I can name a few right on my mind. Like, I mean, Dude Perfect recently have swapped their style into more like the MrBeast kind. I know the 4th Gen Gamer has recently released a brand new competition series called Speedrun Survivor, and he actually began his video with a MrBeast-like intro. I feel like his influence has definitely been shown massively over the past few weeks, let alone years, months, I would say. And it's quite incredible just to see how much it has, like, changed the scope of YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. For me, myself, as a old school YouTuber, in my opinion, I definitely just do, like, you know, regular intros. I don't really like to get, like, I don't really want to, like, follow others too much. So that's why I just made my own intro and, like, call it a gay. I don't really want to, like, you know, copy MrBeast by any means.
Yeah. Yeah. I have noticed over the past couple of years with certain YouTubers that they, like, this is just a little thing, but it's something that is blatantly, like, obvious, is more and more people, if they have text on screen, they've been using the same font that MrBeast does. I forget the name of the font, but it's like,
Tread, I actually searched that up myself. Hang on, let me check. I think I have the answer to you.
Okay.
The font is Obelix Pro.
Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, a YouTuber that I've been watching for the past, I guess, little over a year is Jimmy here. Funnily enough, he's the It Is Wednesday, My Dudes guy, and he has this, like, surprisingly popular series of videos on YouTube where it's just his viewers send in meme clips to him, and he has to try not to laugh, because if he does laugh, the video ends.
Ah, that one.
Mm-hmm. So he's taken like that format, and it is basically his like the thing he does on YouTube. He does some other stuff on some side channels, but that's kind of what he's known for the most, and he does use the MrBeast font. Which, it's kind of funny that his channel name is Jimmy here, and his actual name is Tyler.
Ah, so it's like almost like a rubbing off like that.
Maybe.
Would you call that? Would you call that inspiration, or you think it's just on purpose? He's like, you know what, Jimmy's so popular, let me just name my channel Jimmy here.
Well, no, I think he's had that username for years, like even before MrBeast got popular. So, Tyler Jimmy. What is that word in the parentheses?
Reducted?
Redacted.
I think you meant to say redacted and misspelt it.
Yeah, it's redacted. Yeah. Now I'm second guessing. Is that how you spell it? Well, my spell check didn't flag me. So.
You're fine. Also, hang on. There you go. That's the spelling of the font that they use.
Yeah. Speaking of fonts, like the font that I use for like my logo is Alfran, and the text that I was using in videos is Fat Frank. But both of those are Adobe fonts, and I don't pay for Adobe anymore, so it's like, okay, what other fonts do I use? So if you've noticed in videos that I've done the past year or so that don't use either fonts, that's why.
Interesting.
Is I've just been trying to figure out like what fonts going forward do I want to use without having to pay Adobe any more money. So
I didn't know there's such thing called Adobe exclusive fonts. Like I might have looked that up.
yeah, they have a whole library of fonts that if you have Adobe programs like on your computer, they're not installed by default, but if you're in a submenu that you can select fonts, there's a button that you can hit that brings up a website that logs you into your Adobe account, and it's just all these different fonts. You can do different search filters, and if you see a font you like, you just hit a button, activates that font, and go back to your program and you can just use it. Really nice, but yeah, you have to be a paying customer of Adobe, and I don't want to be if I can help it. So
Anyways,
yeah.
what? I wasn't doing anything on my screen. Funny thing about fonts as well, like for those wondering about the font that is on the road to level 281, that's called Power Red and Green International, I believe. And funny thing enough, it's a very exclusive font because I got that from Pokemon Insurgents.
Interesting.
Pokemon Insurgents uses this font if you're playing, like, if you want to play certain, like, styles of the font. And one of them was actually the Power Red and Blue, Power Red and Green, etc., etc. I managed to get these fonts up to here, which is why you see this right here.
Interesting.
Now, the reason why I had to swap to Segoy UI, which is the font that I use for my thumbnails, is the fact that I couldn't transfer the Power fonts to my work laptop. So I had to make do with a new font, and honestly the Segoy UI looks so clean, which is why I decided to use it more.
Yeah.
definitely interesting like story tale of fonts. Never thought I would actually
Yeah.
be able to talk about that.
Yeah. Fun fact, when people talk about fonts, technically speaking, they're called typefaces.
Typefaces.
Yeah, technically speaking, font refers to stuff like if the text is bold, italic, underlined, that sort of thing. But people have just called typefaces fonts. And so, if you call something a font, like, yeah, even people that know the actual difference will be like, okay, yeah, you mean typeface. So,
That's actually quite interesting. I didn't even know that that there is a difference between the two.
yeah, neither did I till till college.
Ah. Wait, what were you studying at college for to know that?
Video production.
Oh, duh. Yeah, that actually is quite.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, continuing on to talk about MrBeast influence. Now the reason why I say that I'm not too sure if it's like good is that sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm not too sure you want to agree with me, Josh. I'd like to have your opinion on this, but I'm not
Okay.
too sure if the fact that everyone is slowly migrating to that kind of style, that we might miss the old school way of doing gaming videos or any kind of video like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something I've actually kind of been thinking about lately is like that style of video where it's like, yeah, very heavily edited, fast paced. There's really just not a dull moment whatsoever. Like that's great, but not all genres of content would necessarily benefit from that style of production and editing. I would say some stuff it's yeah, it at times like it if someone doesn't know exactly how to edit stuff in a way that feels not just like
Unnecessary.
yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. It's like how MrBeast makes the editing not only funny but also relevant is quite magical. Like Tariq, honestly, if you're watching this video, Tariq, I'm not too sure if you are. You did do a fantastic job filming all this stuff, and if whoever was editing as well, well done.
Yeah. Yeah, they know what they're doing and they do a very good job. Especially the little like I say little, but the visual edit gags that the editors do for the Reacts channel. They put in so much effort for like 1 or 2 second gags, and it is great.
I think one of my favorites is like one downside. What? All the birds smack into it. It just shows like the bird flying into a Minecraft glass house. A spank. Like yeah, they do a lot of work. I think the one like more longer sequences of like gags they did was like the idea of how Chris was mentioning how when you flip a shark upside down, it sends them in a transient state where they can't really attack, and you can rub their belly or something like that. And the amount of work, a lot of amount of editing, and a lot of like assets that they use is quite insane actually.
Okay. I don't remember offhand seeing that, but I can kind of envision it. Yeah.
I mean, any other video you could think of that you would say like is your favorite? What kind of editing you like from them?
Oh.
And anyone in the comments, if you're lurking or what, you put them in the comments as well. I wouldn't mind seeing your guys' favorite videos.
Yeah, like I think one video, not even necessarily just because of the editing, but just one that I particularly enjoyed. I think it was about a year ago. It was the 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 one with the lasers where it was a handful of them. I think Chandler, Nolan, some two others, where they had to do like little. They had to basically get to the other side of a room without
Oh,
hitting
steal
any
this
of the lasers.
$100,000 diamond. You keep it.
Yeah, yeah. I like that's. I guess that would be one of my favorite videos that isn't like the Squid Game video or whatever that was just massively popular.
Oh, that one
Um,
broke the internet.
yeah. Although with that laser one, people pointed this out in the comments, and I forget who did this, but someone tripped one of the lasers, and no one caught it. If you look very closely, there's at one point one of them trips one of the lasers, but no one calls him out on it.
Was it
And
the winner?
I think it might have.
Oh, that's probably why they commented on it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you gonna do, man? Stuff happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about that sort of challenge is if you're going purely off of like just watching footage, you have to be meticulous. And well, not even watching footage, they were just basing it off of what was happening in front of them. So if a little thing like that slipped past everyone's view, then
There are gonna
yeah.
be some people who are like, oh, bah, 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 bah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
no one is perfect. You gotta, for those watching, no one in this world is perfect. We can attest to that. So don't expect
Right.
all videos on the channel to be absolutely perfection. Like, you gotta remember that. There are gonna be some things that slip through the cracks.
Right. Right.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
that's just like a bit of a nitpick thinking, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
And now that you say that,
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the latest one did not get another nitpicker.
yeah. I don't think they did.
Really?
Yeah. No, no. I looked through the comments a little bit and there wasn't really anyone who saw anything like that or commented about anything like that, so
Oh, thank God.
yeah. Yeah, this same guy who did Team Trees and Team Seas.
What will we get this year? Team,
So this is something that popped in my head earlier this week.
Man, you have a lot of things popping up in your head.
Yeah. Yeah. So a topic that's been kind of bubbles up here and there these past couple years is how all the bees are dying, so you could do Team Bees.
Wait, actually, is that true, actually?
It's been kind of up and down, like in terms of bee populations dying.
Wait, show me the numbers.
Yeah, that's why I'm Googling this.
Hmm. Like, if this kind of news is getting all the buzz, I assume that the numbers must be high.
Yeah, I know it was a topic about 5 or 6 years ago. I remember we talked about it a bit in one of my history classes, because we would start out classes talking about current events, and one of those at one point was how all the bees were dying. Let's see.
Man, your eyes. Look as though you're just honeycombing the entire search engine just to find the number.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm just kind of casually scrolling through just the headlines or the titles in Google. It's a possibility, or they're potentially still lower than they should be, but I would have to dig deeper, and I don't really want to do that because it's not the main topic right
That
now.
stings. Oh, well, maybe next time. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
stop! That was 3 I made without laughing, I'd like to point out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Patrick already knows the first one, I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyways. Jeez. I mean, now to the other stuff, like MrBeast, like other content, other channels, like gaming, reacts, philanthropist. I mean, bruh, his philanthropy work is just insane as well.
Yeah. And
Didn't he also say that every single cent that goes into that channel from like views and all that stuff goes straight into the charity fund? Like, that's incredible.
Mhm.
That kind of selflessness.
Yeah, and how he's with the help of other people, he's set up, I know, at least 1 or 2 food banks in his hometown.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And might I add, and for those who still don't in the know, this guy is 23 years old.
Yeah, he's a year older than me.
And 2 years older than me. Like, what's a 23-year-old boy doing with 100 million supporters?
Yeah.
What are we doing with our lives? Well, I mean, that's probably the question many people are probably asking themselves once they think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for us, I'm just having a job, that's it.
Yeah.
And same with you, by the way, Giles. Like, I'm not saying that.
I know, yeah. I mean, I've just had a... in that little clip at the beginning of the podcast, that was literally me at work. I've still been doing part-time maintenance at my local library, but I have kind of a quasi job interview next Tuesday. Not like a full-on interview, but I'm gonna be meeting up with the head of a local video production company on Tuesday to discuss a potential job opening. So I may or may not be getting an actual full-time job.
Nice. All the best for that one.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, just to think that this 23-year-old boy has put in so much effort just to become famous, and all of a sudden he now has like the 5th most view sub channel on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If
he can put in that much effort just to get to that point in just 4 or 5 years, imagine how much effort, how much we can do if all of us in this world can put in that kind of effort over the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Like, at one point, I think it was when he was at around 10,000 subscribers, he and a handful of basically creator friends, basically for, I don't know if it was just weeks or months, they would just wake up, all hop onto a Discord call, and they shared ideas and talked about, like, making, I guess, highly successful and consistently viral videos. And that led to basically the video style and title and thumbnail style that we see from him now, more or less.
Yeah, man. Indeed, is just a story that I think no one will ever forget. And I think, you know, I can quote something real quick. Like, when Lewis Hamilton back in 2018 became a 5-time world champion in Formula 1, Martin Brundle mentioned that 2 years later, it's not out of the question that we were discussing him matching Michael Schumacher's record. And if you're wondering, he did eventually match that record of 7 world championships. I think for me,
Wow.
I would say similarly that I don't think it's out of the question that in 2 or 3 years' time, maybe 1, that we are discussing MrBeast as the most viewed channel, most sub-channel in the entire world. I feel like with this
Right.
kind of content, I feel like with how much effort he puts in, as long as he doesn't die, I hope he doesn't die considering his age, that he is able to go beyond what anyone would ever think of in the realms of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just,
Sorry,
Okay.
I had to tab over to the stream just to double check that my volume was good, because I meant to check that.
Yours is good, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Perfect. But yeah, I think if I feel as though I'm gonna make a hypothesis, and I feel as though anyone watching this, I want you to follow me with this hypothesis. Take 2 minutes just to think of as many things as you can think of that MrBeast has done, and just tell me, tell yourself, ask yourself, does he not deserve? Does he or does he not deserve all the credit, all the subs, all the views that he gets? I think 100%, so 99%, if not 100%, will say yes. He does deserve it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I think it's
He's
honestly out of the question.
Yeah, it is literally a no-brainer. He is just, the amount of effort that he's put in, the amount of good that he's done for just so many people. Like, you would almost literally have to be clinically insane to say no.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I understand where you're coming from.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, but to call it, I mean, some will definitely have their critiques, but I feel like it's super hard for them to be able to be critical about it in the first place. Yes, they are critical, but it's very hard to be critical against it.
Yes.
So that's why, honestly, I did want to discuss this up, because honestly, it's a milestone that should not be neglected, and it's a milestone that definitely should be celebrated in some form. I think several people have already done it. I think Dream has done a $1 million giveaway on his channel, reviving his channel, by the way, after 7 months.
Oh.
Preston...
I don't pay any attention. Oh, sorry, I don't pay any attention to Dream, so I didn't know that he was on a hiatus.
I think he might have been on the same... Oh, actually, I'm not too sure I want to discuss this. TLDR, he was in about the similar situation that Corp's husband was in, where someone, I think, exposes like his real person, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
But he managed to come back. I think he's finally, like, in the clear, I would say. Continue on the talk. Some others, I think one person made a 100 million subs, a custom sub trophy. Preston did something crazy now that he hits 100 million, something like that. And I think the list can go on. I haven't checked every channel, of course, but I feel like there's just so many people like paying their tributes, doing art and all that stuff for him, because, boy.
Nice.
Boy,
Yeah.
100 million subscribers. That's all that has to be said.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like how they incorporated basically the unboxing of his 100 million subscriber that's the diamond play button, right?
Diamond is 1 million, I think. I know Diamond is 10 million. I don't know
Okay.
about the 100 million. What the 100 million? Actually, you know what? Let me search up like what the 100 million sub trophy is made of.
Okay, because I know gold. Oh, ruby is 100 million. Night Matrix is saying,
Ruby.
But-
Oh my goodness.
but
Bruh, that is actually pretty insane.
because I know gold is 1 million, so diamond must be 10 million.
That makes sense. Again, just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Now on to something that doesn't have 100 million subscribers, Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
oh,
go ahead.
How many units has the Switch sold?
I mean, yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, they probably would have hit 100 million at this point, right?
That's why I'm doing the typey type.
The typey type.
Yeah.
What type of typey type? Is it a typey type or typey type?
Yes. Let's see.
Lovely.
I think this might be. Oh wow, yeah. The Switch has sold 111 million units.
Wow. Crazy. So yeah, we actually are still on the theme of 100 million stuff.
Yeah.
But man,
I think-
I mean,
Yeah.
no surprise it's hit that oh, go ahead, sorry.
Will a bot eat the link if I post a link to the website?
You could try. If it doesn't work, you just send it to me, I'll post it.
Okay.
But yeah, no surprise it's hit that mark considering the mass amount of content that's come out last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send it to me, by the way.
Okay. It looks like it, at least on my end, it looks like it nothing has eaten the link.
Yeah, no,
So-
it ate the link on my end.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, I had to fix that.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't say weird because most people set that up deliberately, which is smart.
Yeah. But yeah, now let's start us out. Xeno 3.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have been starting out to play that game. It definitely is quite funny. I still remember the fact that as soon as Chuck Conroy is done with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the announcement for Xeno 3 will come out, I think a few days later.
Yep. That man just will never catch a break with Xenoblade. I mean, he loves the series, so it must not feel like work to him.
That's true, that's true. Sometimes you just have to enjoy it just to make it fun. I think the one thing also is quite interesting is the fact that first Let's Play, there are 120 episodes. Second Let's Play, I think it was 150 something episodes. I shudder to think what would happen if, once he does Xenoblade 3.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll
this
see.
might be the new Opus. This might be the new Skyrim or Fallout 4 for him.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, like you're comparing it to Steven's
Yeah,
Steven Let's Plays of Skyrim and Fallout 4. Yeah.
yeah, it just might be. Because, boy, I can't imagine how much content there's going to be, especially with all of the characters I've already seen from like other people playing the game. And I think
Yeah.
it's like a mass combat thingy where a lot of, like, I think it's like 5 people at once.
Something like that. Yeah. I haven't paid too much attention to it.
Like, imagine all. I mean, I'm just gonna assume this. I'm not saying I played the game. It's also an assumption, like a smart guess. But I can't imagine like all of the effects that each character will have on each other if they are in the same team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just imagine how much work he has to put in. Just like, oh, this character does this to this character, this character, this character, this character, and all that stuff. Oh, imagine all the work.
Right. And we haven't even mentioned, like, I have the eShop page up right now, and there's 4 waves of DLC coming.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, and the final one doesn't release till the end of next year, the estimated release date says. So,
no
yeah,
rest for the weary.
No, and
Although I'm
I
not too
mean-
sure he ever is weary considering his energy. He's like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, he just finished with his Splatoon 2 Let's Play, which I need to finish and collect clips for no context chugga, but, yeah, like, that game is coming out next month, Splatoon 3, not to, like, jump to another game, but, but we don't even really know much about it at this point, other than a few details.
Yeah, exactly.
We're bound to get some sort of title direct about Splatoon 3 sometime this month. Because
True.
Splatoon games have always had very good single-player campaigns, and people were kind of analyzing, or they were just comparing the download file size for Splatoon 3 with even just Splatoon 2. It is noticeably bigger, so people are kind of guessing that maybe we're gonna get an even larger single player, but that's just a rough hypothesis, nothing really more than just the file size is bigger, because that could mean other things, like maybe, I don't know,
Lots of
higher
more
quality
multiplayer content.
Yeah, or like just higher quality, I don't know, visual textures or whatever.
Exactly.
That takes
Yeah,
a while.
that could also be a possibility. I mean, definitely, there's
Do we know-
still a lot around hype with that. There's a lot of hype around the setting of that game. Seriously, kids, why are you all ancient? And all that stuff.
Which, actually, you can't see it because the microphone is in the way, but I'm wearing my my Team Order shirt. So,
Team Order versus Team Chaos. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
For those
Yeah,
who don't know,
my-
that's one of the Splatfest battles that happened.
Yeah, it was the final Splatfest, even though they had more Splatfests after that. They were just reruns of previous Splatfests. Do we know the announcers' names? Because my prediction is still waiting. We do not know who's gonna be the new Callie and Marie or Pearl and Marina. We don't know that yet, so
Are we-
they're probably gonna
They're
probably gonna
Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
drop. They'll probably drop that information in the title direct, because it's gonna happen.
Do you think we are due male announcers?
I would say so. Yeah. Either male or even like
Judd.
non-gender conforming. Or non-gender conforming
Or Judd.
announcers. Or Judd.
Hey, you never know. So, yeah, or something like his has a son or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's already little Judd. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that's not a game that has come out this past month, so it doesn't necessarily pertain to the main topic.
But you know what? That did come out. Wave 2 of Mario Kart.
Yes. Let me actually load up Mario Kart so then can get the proper.
Well, I'll do it for you. I think everyone knows that track already because, boy, Waluigi Pinball!
Yeah.
Well, finally!
Yeah, that was one of my favorite tracks in DS, and also one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart 7 because they brought it back in 7.
Yeah, they did.
And I've heard some people online being like, "Why is this using or reusing music from the Wario Stadium track?" Yeah, Wario Stadium from DS. That's because in Mario Kart DS they both used the same music track.
Oh, that's actually quite
what
funny.
would- what would be the point of making a new track unless if they want to give it its own wholly unique music track? But no, in Mario Kart DS, Waluigi Pinball and Wario Stadium used the same music track.
That actually is
People-
something I didn't know that also.
Yeah, people just don't remember because it's been, oh geez, almost two decades since that game came out.
15?
2 decades, almost 20 years, because I think it came out 2004, 2005.
Wait, Mario Kart?
Mario Kart DS.
Mario Kart DS was 2005.
Okay, so
I remember that. I remember when DS came out 2004, something like that. I think Mario Kart became before New Super Mario Brothers.
yes, because the first New Soup was 06.
New Soup.
Yeah, that's just what I call it.
Hey waiter, I want some new soup, please. Mushroom flavor, please.
Yeah, it's great with New Super Mario Brothers 2 on the 3DS because if you just hover over the home menu icon, Mario like says the title of the game. So if you move the cursor off the game at the right time, you can get him to just say "New Soup."
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know what? I have my 3DS handy. Let's do this.
Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, yeah, and then some other tracks that came out, including, I believe, they actually made a new course.
Technically, yes. Sky High Sunday. Yes, it's all anti-gravity.
Yeah, and also, what? I thought we were getting all previous tracks. I guess not. But then again, everything that's old may not always be good. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because I think the day that the Wave 2 released, they were like, Sky High Sunday is coming to Mario Kart Tour. So, yeah, it's both in the Booster Course Pass and also the mobile game, more or less at the same time. I don't think it's in Tour yet, but it is, at the very least, coming to Tour. So, also,
Oh, there you go. Ah!
yeah.
Why? That might as well be the new Mario meme.
Yeah. I mean, there's one video that I'm thinking of in particular, which is made by someone that I actually support on Patreon. I was this person's second ever patron, AK Family Home. He made a video basically doing a tier list of all of the unique level assets in the original New Super Mario Brothers, and he did a gag with that voice clip where it goes "New Soup," cuts to him at the kitchen table eating soup, gagging, and then just spitting up the DS cart for New Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my, why?
Yeah, and I don't know if this was made public or not. It might have just been a behind the scenes thing of just all of the unusable takes from that, because he basically had to kind of like throw the cart onto the table to where like it's in frame and the label is face up on the game
Nice.
card. So it's yeah. Anyways, speaking of soup, Mushroom Gorge is another one of the tracks in the booster course.
Unfortunately, no crazy speedrun glitchy thing you can do, unfortunately.
Yeah, there is some sort of
Someone managed to do
crazy...
all 3 laps in a matter of, I think, 25 seconds just by hugging the wall.
Is that in the original Wii version, or...
I believe it's in the Wii version.
Okay.
Actually, not 25. He did a full lap first, very quickly, and then the last 2 laps, he basically hugged the wall.
Okay.
So he basically finished, I think, in less than a minute, now that I think about it, in total.
Interesting. Yeah, because actually Mushroom Gorge not only is in the Booster Course Pass, but it was also in Mario Kart 7 as a retro track.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Ooh. Calamari Desert is another one.
Yes, I believe, right?
N64.
Oh, wait. Wait, am I thinking of the wrong... Oh, I was thinking Dry Dead Desert. Oops.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much footage or anything you've seen of these courses, but in this new version of Calamari Desert, the first lap and a half are normal, but halfway through the second lap, you get launched onto the train tracks and have to dodge on the oncoming trains.
Excuse me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was playing with a group of friends and stuff online last night, and I knew that was coming. They didn't, and it was very, very fun just seeing them all freak out about, like, why are we on the train tracks?
Oh, that's actually quite funny. I know what you mean with Calamari Desert. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh yeah, the train one. And I was just like, oh boy, the train one.
Yes.
And now that you mentioned that it's a more new gimmick with the train, I was just like, oh boy, I gotta train myself for that one. Anyways, what else is there? The Tokyo? Wait, not Tokyo.
You gotta track your performance.
What's next? Mario Kart Tour 1, I think that had one that came in.
Yes, 2 of them actually. In the Turnip Cup, there is New York Minute. So a lot of like, yeah, it feels like you're driving through basically Times Square, and a little bit of shoot, what's the name of the park there in New York City?
Oh, drat. Something square.
Yeah, let's... Again, to Google.
Do you know that you doing that right? I mean, actually, you should be ashamed of yourself for not remembering.
Yeah, because I was there at one point.
Even better!
Yeah. Central Park. Yeah. Okay.
Central Park.
Yeah.
Matrix.
So
that's Matrix. That's a name of a mall in my country.
But yeah, it feels like you're driving through like the streets of New York City with all the skyscrapers and a little bit of Central Park where you have to dodge Goombas.
Oh, so basically just Sonic Unleashed. Okay.
Yeah. And there's some manhole covers that will like pop up with just water, and you can like trick off of those.
That reminds me.
And
Now
yeah.
it's Sonic Adventure at that point.
Mm-hmm. And there's also Sydney Sprint, where you're... Oh, geez, what's the name of the landmark? That's...
Wait, what again?
It's the main landmark. It's even the thumbnail of the track.
Of which country again?
Sydney, Australia.
Oh, the Opera House.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's... You're driving basically near the water of like where that's positioned.
Ah, so about the Sydney Harbor in that case.
Yeah.
Fun fact, 11 years... wait, random fact. 11 years ago, MasterChef Australia Junior did semifinals there.
Oh, nice.
It was a crazy setting, I'll just say that.
Before we continue, I do need to use the bathroom.
Oh, no worries. I am here, I know some famous locations.
Yeah, I will be right back.
I think dovetailing off of Mario Kart, it is kind of interesting, like just seeing the new tracks coming in. I'm just wondering if we're gonna ever see like a curveball from them, like beyond just putting a new track. Like I remember giving the suggestion, like, hey, what happens if they put a Mario Kart Home Tour track? It's one that's one of the employees made or something like that. That would be funny. I'm still holding on to that. Not saying that I want it to happen. It's just that it would be funny if it happened. If it turns out that way, that would just be a weird way to like say like, hey, we gotcha. But it would be quite funny. All the more if it happens. Yeah, really it's just interesting to see how much Nintendo are trying to like, appeal to like even like the older audience, because boy, we're just getting tracks from like previous years, and just to think that we've come this far with Mario Kart. I think we gotta remember like how old Mario Kart is. Thinking it started, I think, in 1990 something. I think it's, oh boy, is it 25 years old? Hang on. Is Mario Kart 25 years old? Now that I think about it. No, that's not the link I want. There we go. Super Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart. August 27th, 1992. It's 30 years old? Oh my goodness. Wait.
I'm back.
Oh my... Bruh. We're 3
What?
weeks away from the 30th anniversary of Mario Kart.
What? Are we?
August 27, 1992, the Japanese cartridge of Super Mario Kart for the SNES came out. Or the Super Famicom in this case.
Dang.
We are 3 weeks away from the 30th anniversary.
That is insane.
I might do something special for that, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do, but no promises.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what else came out recently for Nintendo?
Well, that wasn't even all of the courses in the booster.
Oh yeah, we haven't finished. Yeah, sorry. Oops.
Yeah, you're good. There's also from Super Circuit on Game Boy Advance, Snowland, which this one is interesting because the item boxes are not stationary. They move just all around the track with the flow of traffic.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and also it's just all ice physics, so...
Ha ha ha!
Mm-hmm.
Sherbetland, you have a company.
Yep. And then the final track, which is honestly, I would say, the most bland track, is Mario Circuit 3 from Super Mario Kart.
I mean,
I mean, I get they wanted it to be like the original Super Nintendo version, but they, in the base game, they put in Mario Circuit from the Game Boy Advance version, which basically was a portable version of Super Mario Kart.
yeah.
So all the tracks were just completely flat. But with the version that they put into Mario Kart 8 and then 8 Deluxe, like, there is some difference in elevation, just in the sense that, well, I mean, I'm looking at the thumbnail now, and after thinking about it, it is just one bend around the track that is on an inclined surface, and it's an anti-gravity section, and like that's the only part of the track that is different in elevation. At least it's something, but yeah, it just makes Mario Circuit 3 in Wave 2 just feel a little weird, I would say. Nothing major, just a little weird.
I mean, I assume that the style will be something similar to the other Mario Circuit 3 that was in one of the main packs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was another Mario Circuit. Wait, is it Luigi Circuit or Mario Circuit? I know one of the main, Mario Kart 8 cups had one particular circuit. I think it was the Lightning Cup. Had one of the circuits from SNES.
Lightning Cup doesn't have any from SNES. It's DS TikTok Clock, 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, Wii Grumble Volcano, N64 Rainbow Road.
Wait, which is the one I'm thinking of then? I noticed one main cup that had an SNES circuit.
Super Nintendo. Oh, Banana Cup, Donut Plains 3.
Oh, Donut Plains 3. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking whether if the Mario Circuit 3 would be of the similar environment, like grass and water or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it or is it not?
It does have like parts of the track underwater
There we go.
all that, but the elevation is relatively consistent for the whole track. Because the underwater sections, I guess to equate it to like real life, would just be like a couple feet deep. What metric measurement should I use for that? Yeah, maybe like just like a meter or two deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean when you say that.
Yeah.
Man, wave 2. Just think that there's still 4 more waves left. 8 more cups, 32 more tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
At this point, I mean... dovetailing on what I said about the Fortune Gamer, he had a Cutthroat series happen, and he had an off-site season called Cutthroat Mario Kart, where he did, I believe, all 12 cups in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now imagine if he did Cutthroat Mario Kart at 2023 when all 96 tracks were there.
Yeah.
That would just be utter chaos.
So, fun fact about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe specifically, I don't know if regular Mario Kart 8 on Wii U lets you do this with all the cups plus that game's DLC, but if you go to the versus mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, at least, you can set it to where you can race through 48 tracks in a single go. So if you set that and courses to in order, you can just start with the first track, play through all of the tracks in one go. I hope that once the final DLC tracks come out, that they patch that to let you do all 96 tracks in one go.
Speedrunners, have fun.
Because I would do that.
Oh,
I would do that. I mean, at the very least,
Yo,
you could do like 48 races, all the base tracks,
Yeah.
and then do it again, but with all the DLC. Like, you could still do that, but I would love to do like a 96 course marathon. Like, that sounds like that sounds like something that I would just have a great time with. Because I did do all 48 tracks in one go on a road trip like a month after I got my Switch.
You can see my face, can you, right?
I don't have face cam pulled up.
That's...
And besides, for my view at least, there's still a bit of a delay. I don't know if I have...
I mean, you see the shock in my face, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm just thinking like, bruh, that's just like so much time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like a 4-hour road trip, and it took up like nearly that whole road trip, like one direction. From
which state to which state?
We were going from where we were living at the time. I'll just say somewhere in the northern part. Well, I can say the copper country of
State, you meant?
the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Ah, Michigan.
To where were we going? Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Well, you might have to start.
yeah.
Well, you might have to start a planning a trip from Wisconsin to, well, I don't know, Wyoming,
Yeah.
just to get the
Yeah.
8 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's ridiculous. Or I don't know, just follow Preston. 24-hour Tesla auto drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I don't know how you managed to do that, but bruh.
Mm-hmm. And just for a disclaimer, the two locations that I mentioned, I live in neither of those. So I currently live in neither of those locations, so.
I mean, you only just said the state. I don't think anyone would be looking up Google at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in my Twitter bio, I just plainly have it marked, my location marked as just Upper Michigan right now, because I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, but I'm not going to give the exact town, city, whatever that I currently live in.
I mean, if you think about it, you are technically safer in terms of, you know, people exploiting your location than me, because my country is a lot smaller than Michigan.
Yeah, yeah. And the Upper Peninsula is far less populated than the Lower Peninsula, so.
Tasak's not ready to dox himself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our geography class. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
It definitely is definitely is a lot of tracks, and oh dear. I mean, I'm not one person who play Mario Kart at all. I'm not too sure if anyone has noticed my content, because I'm not as interested in like that. The only one I played a lot was Mario Kart Super Circuit when I was young, and then a lot later in my life DS. But to be honest, even though I play a bit of Mario Kart 8 with my friends, I still cannot say that I would seriously consider doing a Let's Play of it.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. Yeah. What am I trying to say?
For any words.
Yes. Yes. Like, I can definitely see why people might not necessarily play Mario Kart, because a lot of it is dependent on the RNG of the items and all that, so like that can definitely upset some people, even though if you know what you're doing, you can game the system. Yeah, so it becomes a lot less random actually if you know what you're doing. Yeah, I can definitely see why people might not enjoy playing Mario Kart, but for like I sunk over 200 hours into Mario Kart 7, to learn how to play Mario Kart, and so now it's like I've just I love Mario Kart now. Now that I know how to like actually hold my own.
Yeah. I think
Especially
okay.
especially against one of my older brothers who used to just consistently beat me in Mario Kart. Now the tables are turned.
The turns are tabled.
Yes.
Yes. I should also correct what I said when I said I don't really play as much Mario Kart. I just realized Mario Kart Arcade GP2 counts.
Yeah.
And I have technically 100% of that game. With my own dang money.
I've only played the arcade games like 1 or 2 times. Yeah. One time was actually in Chicago when I was there for the senior band and choir trip in high school. Like at the end of our senior year, all of us in band and or choir who were about to graduate got to go to Chicago, Illinois. So yeah, it was a fun time. We went to Dave & Buster's, and that's where I played the arcade game. I don't remember what version of the arcade game it was, but got to play it.
Any memories of it that you could call that could probably interpret?
I don't know. I do actually have video footage of it. So, yeah, at the time, I did actually vlog more or less the whole trip. I didn't really release it. I wasn't planning on releasing it. I made it more so just for the sake of like me and the others that were on the trip, just to like, well, the friends that I had at the time, who I don't talk to anymore because they're lot of things. A lot of things. So that's why it's like, yep, nope, not releasing this to the public. But I can like, at the very least, I can just share at some point the edited vlog with you, Joel, so then you can determine what version of the game. I might have even gotten like the logo at the top. So I might be able to just look at the footage and tell from that.
That was Journal. Sounds like a cool video series.
Yeah. Like over the years, I've thought about doing some sort of vlog stuff, but it's like I feel like it would really only be beneficial for certain things that happen and not so much just my general life. So yeah, maybe just like an occasional vlog series that I do.
Man, you never know, like, with your channel, where you could go.
Although I would probably put all that onto a dedicated vlog channel, because that's, with the current state of YouTube, that's kind of what you want to do, is if you have an idea for a different type of content that doesn't fit with any content on your existing channels, the best course of action is to make a new channel that is specifically for that content.
Very true.
So,
Well, I kept my, I did keep my, you know, retrospective of Tetris, the TT-C, which, by the way, I still don't know why we haven't had any announcement of the tournament this year yet. Onto the channel, because I realized, you know what, it's technically reaction. I've done reacts of the Nintendo Directs, so I might as well make this pretty much like a retrospect, like react thingy as well onto there. So I didn't really decide to make another channel. Nor would I really want to at this point in time, because I don't think I have enough of an audience to cater that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's like separating stuff onto different channels is like it's kind of what is highly encouraged, but you don't have to. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it still comes down to whatever the person running the channel wants to do. So with you having, with like you being so into Tetris, like that is basically part of your brand, so it kind of falls in line with I guess your channel, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, less off Tetris than recently, but still like all gaming stuff. So that's the overall gist of it. So at least should I use this word? The overall genuinity of my channel still stays.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we got on Mario Kart to like YouTube stuff. Back to YouTube.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bejeweled Podcast, random stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
But what else did it come out from the director recently?
Oh gosh. So I think, yeah, this has been announced between now and the last podcast, but it hasn't been released yet. It's the Kirby spin-off game. Let me load up the eShop to get the
Well, as you load that, I'm gonna quickly get some drink.
Sure. Kirby. Oh, there's not a page on the eShop for it yet. Oh, you know what? We're pulling up Google again. No, it's Kirby Gourmet. I think I just butchered the spelling of gourmet. Is it not? Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up the Nintendo YouTube channel just to... Kirby Dream Buffet. Not gourmet, it's buffet. So yeah, I'll wait for Joel to...
I'm sorry, what?
Back. Oh, you're back. Okay. So, the name of the game is Kirby's Dream Buffet. And, a lot of people have loosely equated it to Fall Guys because it does look somewhat similar to Fall Guys in the sense that like you're going around like these like 3D linear obstacle courses, but there's looks to be some stuff that differentiates it from Fall Guys. I mean, first of all, in the sense that it's a 4-player game and not a full like 60-player thing. And also, it almost feels like it's a multiplayer Kirby Tilt and Tumble in the sense that the Kirbys that you play as, like, they're not running, they are rolling. So, and also, it's not necessarily whoever finishes the courses fastest wins. A big component of the gameplay looks to be, it hasn't released yet, so it looks to be, you're collecting strawberries and different foods that make your Kirby grow larger and larger. And yeah, from what it looks like, the amount of food that your Kirby eats will heavily dictate who wins, more or less. So, again, the game hasn't released yet. That's just basically all the information that we know. So, I think at this point it's gonna get shadow dropped someday this month. Because they said sometime summer of 2022. And it's August.
That's true. We're nearing the end of summer. Man, the end of summer.
I know, right?
Have school coming up. Well, have fun with your new semesters and just keep yourself safe.
Yes. Yes.
It's funny, when I was thinking about Dream Buffet, I was just thinking like, Dream Course, but mixed golf. Dream Buffet mimics Fall Guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting idea. Maybe that's the idea because it's like dream. So it's like a dream idea of golf, dream idea of Fall Guys or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, oh dear. Now I can just imagine a scene of like Kirby like looking at golf on the TV. It's like, just in his mind, it's like, what would golf be like in his mind? And that's just Kirby's dream course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've only ever done, one Dream Course on the Super Nintendo. I feel like that's a game that is due for a modern remake, revamp, sequel, whatever.
I mean, they already did a revamp, NSO.
Yeah, well, that's just the original game being emulated. So, sorry, I have the page pulled up for like the Nintendo hardware and software sales. I couldn't remember if Mario Kart was the best-selling game on Switch or Animal Crossing. Thankfully Mario Kart is the top-selling game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has nearly 47 million.
Now that the pandemic has like cooled down to an extent, a bit of extent, it's like as though Animal Crossing kind of like, faded off.
Yeah, there's definitely people that still play Animal Crossing, but like for the most part, people that were playing the game, especially back in 2020, I think a lot of people have just fallen off of the game, myself included. Like, I occasionally pop it open just to mess around for a little bit, but this could be a whole other discussion, and I've been thinking about turning this into a video, even a scripted video of mine, where it's like, the game just did not hold my attention nearly as well as New Leaf did. There's just there's a lot of things in New Leaf that just held my attention for way longer than New Horizons did. Like, New Horizons came out March 2020. I think they added the ability to do deep sea diving that was already in New Leaf. It wasn't in New Horizons to begin with, but they added it in an update. They added that like June, July 2020, and by that point I was already kind of like, yeah, I'm done with New Horizons. But I was consistently playing New Leaf for a solid year after that game came out. Back in 2013. Just because I feel like there was a wider variety of things to do that wasn't just like, oh, you can completely sculpt your island into whatever you want to, which, I mean, as a standalone feature, yeah, that's cool. It feels like New Horizons focuses so much on, like, making your island look nice, that it's like, once you get things how you want to, what do you do then? That's my problem with New Horizons, is that it focuses so much on, like, how you want your island to look and all that it feels like they forgot to add in even features of previous Animal Crossing games. Like, they've added in some, but you can only upgrade the main store one time. In previous games, you could do it 3 times. So things like that.
So it's like as though the developers of Animal Crossing took too many pages off of Minecraft. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. In fact, that I was thinking, if I make a video, that's gonna be kind of one of my talking points, is that it's basically crappy Minecraft.
Oh my! Wow, I guess I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
If anything, I'm a psychic.
Yes. Either that or my writing's too predictable. Anyways.
Lovely.
Yeah, it feels like... Yeah, that's kind of my biggest gripe, is that the game focuses too much on making your island look nice, that there's not really much else to do outside of that. Whereas with previous Animal Crossing games, there was handfuls of, like, even little things you can do, either each day or periodically, that New Horizons just doesn't have. Yeah.
That same charm.
Yeah. Like, Animal Crossing was developed to basically, I forget the guy's name, but he was a new employee at Nintendo of Japan, and, like, he had to move away from all of his friends and family, and so he wanted basically something that would help to fill, like, that void in his life, because he was in a completely new city, really didn't know anyone, so he developed Animal Crossing to kind of feel like, to basically have a lot of the same feel of, like, everyday life in kind of a small town, like small hometown, more or less. And the earlier games had a wider variety of even little things and even little interactions with other characters. Like in New Horizons, you can't shoot down a UFO, but you can in Wild World and City Folk. Little things like that, and like getting the golden axe in City Folk, or not even that, but in Wild World, getting the golden axe, I kid you not, is essentially a series, like a side quest of like trading items with certain characters that some of them only appear at certain times of the year. So it takes a lot of commitment of figuring out the chain of trading items with these characters to get to the golden axe.
So basically, it's a more frustrating version of that Chapter 6 mission in Paper Mario Door.
Yeah, although, I mean, if you want to alleviate some of the pain, you can just time travel. But, like, it's... I had no idea that was a thing. And I had Wild World growing up. I did not realize that that was a whole side quest until I watched a video about Wild World, and they talked about that. So,
More do you know?
little fun things like that you just had no idea were a thing. Like little secrets like that. It's more games need to have little secrets.
And it feels like, I guess you could say, like, New Horizons just feels like a plain book that doesn't really have any, like, features in it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
I understand that. I understand that, sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for those wondering, I don't actually play Animal Crossing, but I have seen, I would say, like, just the Welcome Amiibo part of Turtle Car Let's Play on New Leaf. And I understand, like, the concept of it. Just to hear that New Horizons doesn't really have that much, like, that many features, it's definitely odd in my eyes. Not say bad, but it's just odd. So, I'll be interested to see once Josiah makes this video that what will come up from it.
Yeah. I definitely think that all the terraforming stuff in New Horizons is good, but they just put way too much of a focus on that. I've repeated that like a couple times at this point, so yeah.
Sometimes you just have to do that to emphasize the point.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point, I'll do it. I'll make a video.
Anyways,
So yeah.
okay. Yeah. Anyways, well, yeah, that sale from this month on Nintendo. Yeah, how much, right? July. I mean, we're not gonna talk about the other thing because, as I said before, I'm not gonna discuss it.
What other thing?
Okay, good. You don't know about it. Anyways,
Okay. I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
good,
So
good.
yeah.
And Patrick, if you know what, if you know what, possibly what I'm talking about, do not even mention it either. Anyways, I mean, I don't really have any other subtopics unless you have one from like today.
Oh. So yeah, this must have been since I'm trying to remember the last time we did the podcast. Was Fall Guys on Switch out by then? Because I don't think it was.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, my latest Unbound episode just came out as well. As I look at my channel.
Nice.
By the way, I have more episodes for you to edit. There's 2 more parts.
Okay.
This is the second last batch, I should say.
Okay.
Let's see here. Try to find the. Oh, there it is. Eh? Uh-oh.
A what?
Hang on. Did I not put these inside my thing? Oh. Uh-oh.
Here we go. A what?
Did I? Wait. No. That can't be, can it? Did I actually forget to, like, export my podcast to YouTube?
Let's see.
Oh dear. Haha, this is slightly embarrassing. Because I thought I had those podcasts up already.
So I see, I just searched the word podcast on your channel. It looks like the most recent one was the one from February, about the February Direct, and that feels correct. But
That was our last podcast?
I almost want to say we did another one between then and now.
That's
but
why
I don't remember.
that's why I'm checking. I'm hoping I did save it because that would be embarrassing if I lost it.
Yeah. Although you make a tweet every time we do one, so I think
Okay, I found episode 12 inside Twitch. Episode 11? Oh wait, or is it that, hang on. Or is it episode 11 actually named episode 12 episode 11 because I miscounted? Now I think about it.
oh,
I think that might have been the case. Let me see. Yeah, episode 10 I went from level 35 to 50. And then the most recent one... I went from 50 to... 63. Oh yeah, that means... Yeah, I just didn't have episode 11 up. I haven't posted up to YouTube yet.
oh, okay.
But it's a good thing because I actually named the number episode 12 instead of 11. So maybe it was a good thing I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Because apparently
Yeah.
I would expose myself as a math teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, now that we got that settled, I will have that up But actually, yeah, I could easily post that as the rest of the content for September because we're actually nearing the end of the current Let's Plays that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that those might be the new content that will come out for the channel as I continue daily posting. Oh my goodness, I still can't believe I've been managed to keep it up.
Yeah, you've been doing real well with that.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember, part of it is because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me think. That podcast we did, not think about it. I think Fall Guys might already have been posted, but let's see here.
Maybe it was like here. I think I can just go to the software information on the eShop because I have not, for whatever reason, I haven't been able to get a clear release date from any online articles. My Googling game is just not good this morning. June 21st.
June 21st.
Yeah, I think this is the first podcast since that released, or since June 21st. I want to say at least.
I mean, I'll have a look at when I made the thing.
Yeah. But yeah. In short, I think it's a very good version. Well, surprisingly good version, I should say, of Fall Guys. Even though it runs at 30 frames per second, it's the only platform that I've been able to get wins on. So, and I have crossplay turned on, so I'm playing with other people on other platforms. But for whatever reason, I just tend to do better when playing on Switch, for some reason. Even though I have a PC that can run the game at 60 frames. I've never gotten a win when playing on PC. It's only ever been when playing on Switch.
The podcast was on the 11th. I just remembered. It was on the 11th of June, right before my birthday.
Okay, so yeah, like a week or two before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now we know that, we can finally discuss it, I guess.
Is Giozak able to carry me even though I have many wins in duos and squads? I mean, maybe. I have gotten several wins in squad matches with friends that I've played with online, so probably, yeah, because one or two of those games I was the one that got our squad the win, so maybe. But yeah, Fall Guys on Switch. I mean, it's free to play. You really, anyone that has any current gen console or PC literally has no excuse to not at least give it a shot.
Yeah,
So.
indeed. I mean, crying out loud, MrBeast himself in a Reacts video promoted Fall Guys.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
just goes to show like how popular it is, let alone how big it is.
Yeah. And because yeah, with this first season of free to play, they have introduced or incorporated all of the, well, just about all of the different kinds of rounds from all the previous seasons. So it's just felt super fresh and varied in content since it went free to play. I played quite a bit during the first month or so that the game was live, and yeah, it got to the point where it's like the same rounds over and over again, and the first season rounds were kind of mid. So yeah, having a wider variety of stuff to play has been very nice. I don't really go for clearing all the different kinds of challenges. I just play a couple rounds and I'm like, okay, yep, I'm good for the day. So.
I mean, I mainly have not been playing it at all on my Switch because I've been so busy with work and video making. But I definitely saw a lot of appeal. I think one of my friends also that's actually from Malaysia as well mentioned to me like how she has been on the grind and she actually managed to get to a level 100 on that season.
Dang.
That's commitment.
So,
I don't have that much commitment, admittedly, so it's quite great to see that.
yeah. Yeah. Also, the one time that we played, like, you were just screaming so much.
Oh my goodness, yes. Ah, jeez.
Yeah, that was. It was almost like a little hard for me to play just because of how many things were making you angry.
I tend to rage.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of game that will make someone that is prone to getting upset just
Very
fear ya.
upset.
Yeah.
Jeez. But I mean, crazy the thing now is it's free. Like I think back then it was just like it came at a cost, right?
Yeah, it was like $20.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're making it free completely. And by the way, it's not like, oh, put the game there, call it a day. They actually did a lot of stuff, like new skins, new levels, and then recently I think they did like a new interesting skin for the Fall Guys characters. I forgot what it is though.
Yeah, I don't remember offhand either. So.
I mean that's just crazy. I mean it's still crazy in itself that they have done like made it free all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although that brings up a question: how will those who have paid for the game feel?
I mean, I paid for the game, and I'm perfectly okay with the game going free to play, partially because those of us that paid got a pack of like exclusive skins, a couple other things. We have access to the Season 1 Battle Pass?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. So, well, the paid version of the Battle Pass. Because I think everyone has access to the Battle Pass. I'm just calling it the Battle Pass up to level 50. But if you have the paid version, it goes up to level 100.
Ah.
Yeah, so those of us that paid for the game on PC or PS4, or yeah, PS4, when it was still a paid game, have access to all of that. And I think it also... I don't know if this was because of the Battle Pass or what, but well, actually no, I don't want to say that lest it be incorrect information. I don't know how much the paid version of the Battle Pass is. So I don't want to say a dollar amount and be wrong.
Understandable.
Yeah, but I think just because it is free to play, there's a wider variety of stuff now. And because it was only $20, when not on sale, I'm personally fine with it. So, especially because now it is on my preferred platform of the Switch.
Yeah. Definitely more appealing to more a big audience. I mean, as we saw, as we heard just now, sold 111 million copies. Consoles. Definitely seems to be a lot more people playing it now.
Yeah, especially because the file size on Switch is only like just a little over 2 gigs. So, even if you're limited to just the internal storage, it's not terrible. Although, if you have a Switch and haven't gotten a micro SD card, Get a
Wait.
micro SD card.
Trent, I actually want to predict you again. I thought you were about to say, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can get like even a 128 gig card for like barely anything. Let me load up Amazon and get a dollar amount. 128 gigabyte micro SD card.
Definitely is big though that it is now free. I mean, fun, simple, really frustrating, but it's something I mean, crying out loud, it's technically also a team game, so there is appeal to those who like to play in groups.
Right. So the SanDisk brand of micro SD cards, they're roughly, for 128 gigs, roughly about $20 on Amazon. So, yeah. It's, micro SD cards are getting cheaper and cheaper, and with games, like Fall Guys, where the file size is super manageable, it's, like, yeah. Seems like the new game's free cosmetics are a lot lower quality than when it was a paid game. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Although they are just the cosmetics, so it doesn't affect the gameplay per se. But yeah, I can definitely see how some people think that.
Yeah.
I really hate team games because it's luck-based on if your team understands to not go all offensive. Fair.
I mean, didn't we have like the game that we won? It was because even though we almost all died, the Japanese guy literally was a pro and he had to end up saving it for us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Although I suppose if you're playing with people that you know, like in a voice call, then you can like coordinate.
Oh yeah.
But if you're not, then yeah,
Good luck.
Quite
literally good luck.
Yes. Yes.
Also, hello, Rock Smash just joined the stream.
I have Fall Guys loaded up now. I think the biggest, my biggest gripe with the game is how slow the main menus can be if you're just tabbing through.
Oh yeah, it definitely felt a lot slower than it should when I first booted up the game. I was like, man, why does it feel more laggy than it should be?
Yeah, weirdly, the same is applies to Minecraft on the Switch. The main menus are slow, but once you load into a world, it's pretty okay. Unless if you have a lot of like mobs and stuff, like if you have a big farm, then that can tank the frame rate. But I mean, if you don't, then yeah, the game runs pretty well.
Very true. Also, I wanted to give a bit tease. I think the first time I will do a teaser to the podcast, but next time we meet together, we're definitely gonna be discussing Minecraft. Now that I finally playing it.
Nice. I boot it up occasionally, but yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it's almost like with games, I need some sort of objective put in front of me in some form or another, so if I'm playing Minecraft, I have to, like, I really have to give myself an objective of, like, okay, let's do this. So that, or, like, if I'm playing with friends, it's fun just messing around.
Yeah, that's true. That really feels weird though. I mean, I feel like, I mean, even though I know that the company behind Fall Guys, they're definitely doing a good job in making sure that their marketing to the game goes beyond their current audience, it definitely just feels, it just feels like a slightly incomplete game to an extent, but especially with like what you said about the lag and some other gripes that you have.
Yeah. I've occasionally thought, okay, what if they put in some sort of offline mode? What would that be and how would it work? If they could somehow make Fall Guys work in a offline single player environment where you just play against bots, because what is it, the Nintendo Battle Royales, Tetris 99,
I'll be back
Pac-Man
in a minute, sorry.
99, okay, Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99, I'm pretty sure Mario 35 also had this. You could play basically the main online modes, but offline with bots. So I think that would be, it'd be, I guess interesting. Obviously, like, it's not something I'm really wanting. I think it would just be, at the very least, interesting to do that. Or even just like a practice mode, so then you're not having to like learn the games while playing in an online lobby. Even if the game limits you in some form or another on how often you can practice, I think the game needs it, just with how big of a variety of rounds there are. I think it would definitely be a good thing, I would say.
Even bigger now that they've added more courses.
Yeah. And also, I think this is something that people are kind of forgetting, that there's a level maker coming.
Wait,
So,
what?
yes. They don't have a definite release date for the tools yet, but at some point in the future, we'll be able to make Fall Guys levels.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exclusive to PC, the level maker, but from what it sounds like, the developers are gonna be hand selecting some of their favorite custom levels and making them like official levels. So I actually have some ideas myself of levels, like, I don't want to spoil them, but yeah, I have some ideas.
Simple as that. You have ideas.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of my friend who, like, whenever he's like a Link to the Past rando, it's just like, because with Link to the Past rando, you can actually make your own like randos called plandos. And it's just like every time he thinks of a bad idea that could like easily torture the player, it's just like, I have some ideas. I'm just like, oh dear.
I've lost way too many Hexaring finals already. Yeah, Hexaring especially. If you fall behind even just a little bit, you are dead meat.
Yeah. I've learned that lesson twice.
Yeah, same for me, once or twice. Yeah.
I mean, it's still incredible knowing that this game is finally available publicly, and it's definitely, hopefully, gonna get more people wanting to get the actual whole pass.
Yeah. And I guess because Fall Guys is now at least partially owned by Epic Games, must I remind people about not just Fortnite on the Switch, which they recently introduced a no-build mode, so make of that what you will. It's been getting a lot more people into Fortnite, and which, again, that's free to play. And their other game, Rocket League, has been free to play for about a year and a half now. I think they made it free to play late 2020. And all 3 of those games are on Switch. So, Rocket League specifically, you can go into the video settings and have it favor performance as opposed to frame rate, so it can run at just about a stable 60 frames per second. With a bit of a sacrifice to visual quality, but I mean, that's how I've played the game whenever I've played the game on Switch, so it runs just fine. Although, I will say, the file size of all 3 games combined is more than 32 gigabytes, so if you want all 3 games, you'll need a micro SD card. Which is kind of unfortunate, but again, they're pretty inexpensive. So,
Indeed.
again, at the very least, give them a shot.
Definitely indeed.
I've had many a good time with Rocket League, playing with my older brother. He plays on PS4, I play on Switch, and we get like 1 or 2 other people in our team, depending on if we're playing 3v3 or 4v4, and we've just had a good time every time we played. So, I've retired from Fortnite, though I do have a skin. Though I do have a skin in it recently, and Rocket League, I suck.
Oh, oof.
Yeah, Rocket League does have a pretty high skill ceiling. If you want to play it just casually with friends,
I mean,
you
it
can
just has a
totally
high
do that.
ceiling, literally.
Yeah, literally, because they're rocket-propelled, more or less go-karts that you
Yeah.
can just launch yourself all the way up into the air. If you know what you're doing.
Indeed.
So, yeah, those are like some of the good free-to-play games on Switch, I would say. They're all owned by the same company.
To think. That actually is quite crazy to think of.
Which, pro tip, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be like this on other platforms. I know at least on Switch, if you download one of those 3 games, log in with your Epic account, and then download one of the other 2, that second game will see that you already have an Epic Games game already downloaded on your system, and it will just grab the same Epic account and just automatically log you in. So, it's really nice. Very nice and convenient.
Definitely does sound like that, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Anyways, it is definitely game midnight for me. I need to actually
Yes.
take a snooze on my part, but definitely we covered a lot today. Easily.
Yeah.
Talk about millions, we talk about Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Millions and Fall Guys. I hopefully not millions of people are falling, please.
No.
That'd be awkward.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, now I just loaded up Rocket League and I'm messing around the training free play.
Well, that one has trading, so why doesn't it Fall Guys?
Exactly. And,
Oh,
and
well.
what about Fortnite? Well, I guess what sort of training mode would it have?
Yeah, I was about to say boot camp.
Yeah.